good morning. Happy Tuesday, y'all. It's for real cold out here, y'all. I just stopped at the dumpster, and I can tell when it gets real cold, the temperature drop, my darn tire pressure has dropped, and I'm going to have to make it on to work because it's 10 after now, and I got 20 minutes to get there. I guess I'll stop by Discount Tire today, this evening, and get some air put in my tires, because Lord knows I ain't stopping in this cold. I'll let them do it, give them a tip. Anyway, I just came in just to talk to you and share a weekly word with you. And this week's word is keep on keeping on. Y'all, it was so funny yesterday. I was watching the news yesterday, and I was looking at the sports section. For some reason had popped on, and they were talking about the Memphis Grizzlies and the Utah Jazz game was coming up, and they say they had beat the Utah Jazz twice on the road, I guess in Utah, but this was the third game come on. And one of the guys came on, I don't know which player this was, he looked fairly new to me, and he said that it's difficult to beat a team 3 times in a row. He said, so we have to still prepare to play because they're going to come hard. And you know, sometimes in life, we lose. And it's disappointing when you lose. You know, I just had a situation which I told y'all about, I guess it was last week or a couple of weeks ago, that, you know, I thought I was going to get a job, you know, and I thought that this was the one for me, and I lost out on it. But you know what? I can't give up. I got to keep on keeping on. And just like the Utah Jazz has lost 2 games to the Grizzlies already this season, they still have to prepare. They still have to show up for practice every day. They still have to condition themselves to get ready to play this third game here in Memphis. It's not like they can say, well, you know what, we done lost 2, we just going to throw in the towel, we're going to give up, we're not going to prepare ourselves, we're not going to practice, because we already know they got us beat. You know, if you go into it with a defeated attitude, you're going to be defeated. You know, they still showing up for practice, they going to still show up and hit the floor. When it's game time, I'm sure they're going to play their hardest and they're going to play to win. And you have to get in it, just like in life and a game, you got to play to win. And who's going to be victorious, if it's going to be the Grizzlies or Utah? Who knows? But whatever the next time around, they're still going to have to go through the same process where they still going to have to practice, you know, condition themselves to be ready to hit the floor, to run up and down the floor, to play the game, to try to win. And if you're not in it, you can't win it. So when you dealt the blow or when you dealt the loss, you got to keep on keeping on. You know, and I was looking at something, and this guy was saying, it was Got Damn Zoe, and he was saying how he was not going to be on the next season of Wildin' Out, and he was disappointed, and he cried. And he was talking to, he said, and I may be talking to myself too, he said that, you know, sometimes you see people, you working just as hard as somebody else. He's saying you're supposed to be happy for people, but he said sometimes it is hard. And sometimes it is hard, but it builds character when you learn how to congratulate people and be happy for them. Even in a tough situation, when you think it's something for you. He's because you see yourself working just as hard and you wonder why it's not happening for you. But what he said, he have to remind himself that what God has for you is for you. And when it's your time, and I always say this, you know, I sometimes will say, you know, God bless me with this amount of money, or bless me with this so I can do this and that. But sometimes I know that I'm not being a good steward of what already God has blessed me with. And you have to remind yourself that you have to condition yourself to be faithful in the little things. You know, be a good steward over what God has already blessed you with. Be thankful for what already God has given you. Because, you know, keep on keeping on. Because when it's your time, God is going to bless you with something bigger, but he want to see that you're faithful over the little that he blesses you with. That you're doing what you know you're supposed to do with that amount. Or that thing, or that skill. That you're using what he's already given you. keep on keeping on. You know, one of my coworkers, I kid you not, she has moved on to another job. And she was telling me, and I always tell the testimony about how I got the job when I first moved to this company that I did. I applied for all kind of jobs. And it wasn't the job that I applied for that I got. I think I put in 90 or so applications. And she was telling me she's put in 89. Now, she's in the same company. She put in 89 applications in the company, just at another operational part of the company. It took her 89 times within a company to move to another opco internally. But she didn't give up. She kept on keeping on. You got to keep on keeping on. Now, just because I didn't get this position that I thought for sure was, this is it. If I give up, guess what? I'm not going to get another position. Sometimes what you think you're positioning yourself for, God got something, another position for you. And I say this because when I applied for my first position here over 14 years ago, when I interviewed, the young man that called me, he said, you didn't interview for this job. We moved somebody. You didn't apply for this job. We hired somebody internally for the job that you applied for. But this such and such job is open. Would you be interested? And had I not said yes, I wouldn't be here today. But guess what? Had I not applied for another job, it wouldn't have positioned me to be in a position to even have an opportunity for him to pick up the phone and call me. You got to keep trying. You never know if the interview go on, they may not hire you for that job. They may see you and say, well, you know what? We're going to hire somebody else to just beat her out. But you know what? She got the skills, or he got the skills for this, that, or the third. When I get this positions coming open, I'm going to keep that person in mind. I'm going to give them a call when it's time for that job. You just never know. I was telling my coworker I was getting so kind of discouraged in a way, but I'm not going to quit. I said, it's kind of disheartening when you ask for feedback on your interviews and they saying you interviewed great, you did nothing wrong, but you was missing this one thing or you was missing that one thing. I said, so what else is there for me to do? I don't know what else to do, but keep on keeping on. But I can't quit, because if I quit, I'm definitely not going to get anything else. I'm definitely not going to move on. You would think, well, I can work on this and I can deal this, but if somebody telling you interviewed great, you have great skills, but you was missing this one thing, all I can say is you're going to have trials and tribulations. You're going to have disappointments in life. You're going to have times where you are falling. You still got to keep on conditioning yourself. You got to show up to practice like the Utah Jazz did, even though they've lost 2 games already. You got to show up for practice. You got to put in the work. You got to make an effort. You got to keep on keeping on. And when it's game time, you got to be ready to run up and down the court. You can't just say, well, I'm going to sit on the sideline. Just forget it. You know how when people are injured, they still go through PT. They still be there suited and booted for the game to support their teammates. They're still working out, but they're supporting their teammates because they want their team to win, even though they're injured on the sidelines. Show up for your life. Keep on keeping on. Don't quit. Don't give up. You're worth it. Y'all. That's enough of my preaching today about keep on keeping on, but I want you to know that you have something in life to offer. Don't give up on yourself. I want you to know that you are loved. I love you, but God truly loves you the most. Remember to always be kind to yourself and others. Be joyful and be blessed. And y'all, I want you to share your smile with someone today. You just don't know how sometimes it's gloomy outside, but you can have the sunshine right with you. Walk in victory. Help uplift and encourage another's day. And a smile is something that's understood in every language. There's no language barrier there. So remember to just share your smile. Be an encourager. Feed something good into somebody. If you see somebody, even if they up, tell them something good about themselves today. Tell your children something good. Tell your spouse something good. Tell your coworker something good. just love on one another, especially during this season where people are often down and discouraged, and the holidays kind of bring upon depression upon people. So remember that, y'all, and be kind just because. Love you much, and I'll see you later this week for a meal in the chat. Bye.